In this video, I will share with you a highly profitable strategy for trading gold that will make you a ton of money. All you need to do is listen carefully to everything I'm about to show you in this video so you know exactly how to trade with this strategy. I will also backtest it 100 times and set my initial account size at $1,000 with a 2% risk per trade. Like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, we're going to be doing our backtesting on the 15-minute time frame, and as I said in the intro, we are going to be using gold versus the US dollar. So now let's go ahead and navigate up to our indicators tab, and the first indicator we will be adding is our whole suite, which is this one by In Silico. For the second indicator, we need to add our shaft trend cycle, which is this one by Everget. And lastly, we will be adding our volume oscillator, which is this one by TradingView. Okay, so for this strategy to be complete, we do need to make a few adjustments to these indicators. So let's first of all click on our whole suite, move over to our input section, and we're going to be changing our length from 55 to 60 and our length multiplier from 1 to 3. We're also going to take off show as band just to make it a little more simple. And in the style section, we will be changing these lines to make it a little thicker. We're not going to change the settings on our STC indicator. We're just going to leave our inputs on default. And finally, let's double click on our volume oscillator. We're not going to change any inputs on this. We're just going to make it a little more visible. Okay, now our strategy is complete. Now let's get into our trading rules. Okay, we're only going to be looking to buy if the price is sitting above our whole suite line and it is colored in green. We're going to be using our STC indicator as our first confirmation indicator. So every time the line breaks above our 80 level, this is considered as a new long signal. And the last thing we're going to be looking at is our volume oscillator. For a long signal to be valid, we need to have our volume greater than our 0% line. So we see that we do have all of our conditions met, and this is going to be our trigger candlestick for entering our position. So we'll go ahead and place a buy order on the close of our trigger candlestick. Our stop loss will be set just below our most recent swing low. And for the take profit, we're going to be doing something a little different. So if the price goes in our direction and we have a winning trade, we're going to be closing our position as soon as we have a red circle appear on our STC indicator. Okay, so we see that the trade is running in profit and we just got an exit signal here, so we're going to go ahead and close our position. And here we see our risk to reward ratio was 1.63 and we managed to return 1.1% profit on our account. Exactly opposite is true for short trades. So we're only going to be looking to sell if the price is sitting below our whole suite line and it is colored in red. And as soon as we have this, our STC indicator must be breaking below our 25 level. This is considered as a new short signal. Then just like with the long trades, we need to have sufficient volume in the market. So looking at our volume oscillator, the line has to be greater than 0%. Once we have all of these conditions fulfilled, we're going to go ahead and place a sell order on the close of our trigger candlestick. Our stop loss will be set just above the most recent swing high. And again, we're going to close a winning trade as soon as we have a green circle appear on our STC indicator. So here we see we had a green circle appear, but the trade was not running in profit. So we're just going to ignore this exit signal. Okay, so this is where we had a valid exit signal, and now we're going to close our position in profit. So in this example, we would have returned a 1.53 risk to reward ratio. Okay, let me now give you some more examples so you have a full understanding of how to trade with this strategy. So here we see we've got another valid short signal. The price has crossed and closed below our whole suite line, and it is also colored in red. We also see that our STC line managed to cross below our lower band, and we do have sufficient volume in the market. So we can safely enter our short position on the close of this trigger candlestick. Our stop loss will be set just above our most recent swing high, and now let's see how well this trade performs. So as you can see here, we did get an exit signal, but it was not valid as our trade was sitting at break even. So here we had a valid exit signal from our STC, and we would have managed to return around a 7.36 risk to reward ratio, which is definitely some really nice returns. I'll show you one more example of a long trade before we get into our backtesting. So here we see the price action is positioned above our whole sweet line, and it is also colored in green. Then looking at our STC indicator, we see that we did manage to break up above our upper band, and looking down towards the volume oscillator, there is enough volume in the market at this time. So we would safely enter our long position on the close of our trigger candlestick and bring our stop loss towards the most recent swing low. Now let's see how this trade performs. So here we see we got a valid sell signal from our STC, and this trade did return us over a 2 risk to reward ratio. We see that sometimes we don't make a lot, but at the end of the day, all of these profits do add up. So I hope you understand the rules for this strategy. Now let's backtest it 100 times and see how well it performs in different market conditions. Okay, so I finished my backtesting, and as we can see, the results are absolutely amazing. Our win rate is 65%, and we increased our account size by 144.55%. It also took me around 6 weeks to find all of these setups. The equity curve doesn't show any signs of serious drawdowns. Our profit factor is 2.34, and we had 6 consecutive wins against 4 consecutive losses. Also, our largest profit trade was 9.4%, which is really good. This is the reason we do not cap our profits, because these gains wouldn't be possible otherwise. Okay, so taking a look at the spreadsheet, and in terms of the win rate, the strategy is sitting pretty low. But the return on our account within the number of weeks is fairly good, and I would say overall this strategy is consistent and reliable, so go ahead and backtest it and also forward test it on different time frames and see how well it performs in different market conditions. Okay traders, I hope you found this video useful. If you do have any questions, please ask them down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. I love you all. Peace.